guys, marry me. Today we are doing another journal. I want to try it with the polyurethane resin from Resin. Cures in 10 minutes. It's supposed to be nice and sturdy. I think that would be really good for the journals, and I am going to be doing it in this really cool tattoo, and I'm probably going to be doing this in a nice iridescent blue, that iridescent blue mica powder. And I'm going to do it slightly different than the first one I did, because I've been testing this out a little bit. But this will be the first time I do it with the polyurethane. I also want to see if epoxy resin will stick to the urethane, the polyurethane resin, because I want to top coat them. But if they don't, there are other options that I can use and try. So I will definitely show this to you on video. But the polyurethane can be measured by either weight or volume. So I have my scale out, and I am going to do this. I'm going to try and mix 2 ounces total. So I'll have my 2 ounces, because we know that 6 ounces is way too much. So I definitely only want to mix 2 ounces this time. And this is very liquidy. Wait, can you see that? No, you can't. Okay, I'm going to move this slightly in and this slightly in. Just move this out of the way. Alright, so I have my scale going. This is going to wind up making a mess. No, I don't want to fudge. Yeah, I really do not like. Alright, we'll scratch that. So now I gotta pick up the mess I made. Alright. Pisses me off. So I have these both at 94 ounces. I am not going to mess with it any more than that. I don't care if I'm a few ounces off. It is fine, because this stuff makes a complete total mess. So now I am going to pour part A into part B. Now the polyurethane, when it's liquid, is clear, but when it dries or cures, it is going to turn white. And I will even let you guys watch it. I'll probably fast forward through it, but I'll let you guys see how that looks. All this stuff is seriously very liquidy, like very liquidy. Now I was reading some of the questions they asked that came in it, and other little tips and tricks that came with it as well. It mentions to pour from the bottom, like the deepest part of your mold, which I have just, it's this is the deepest part, to reduce air bubbles. Or you can even put it in a bubble extractor for, I think it was like 30 seconds or something. I don't have one of those. And this doesn't look too bubbly. And as for how long to actually mix it for, it doesn't give me specifics on that either. So this is definitely a test run. And I'm going to try and get this everywhere without getting it everywhere. I forgot this desk or table is not level. So I do not know how this is going to work. already starting to get thick and dry. Oh, wow, I'm not gonna be able to play with this much longer. Definitely make sure you are on a level surface because this drying so fast, you're not going to be able to mess with this for very long. Like some of this isn't even settling. They also say this gets very hot and not to touch it. I'm not going to find out if they're right. This stuff smells very funny. It's really cool. You can see it turning white in some spots. I don't know if you can see that on that camera. Let's see if I can zoom this in. I don't know if you can. Oh, cool. Check that out. I don't know if it makes this long enough. Alright, I am gonna try putting some powder on this to see if I can speed this up a little bit. Get this while it's tacky. It's still slightly tacky. This is definitely curing very fast. You can put mica powder and change the color when this cures, but you are gonna have to remember that because when it turns white, it's gonna make everything much lighter. So I have no problem putting the powder on afterwards. Oh, the powder's not even moving. Beautiful. I love that. I don't know how well it's going to come off in water because I do need to put that tattoo on. But it is nice to know I can throw that powder on before it completely cures and it doesn't shift. What do I do with the lid? Oh, I already put it on. Oh my god. So, with that said, I'm going to clean up a little bit. So that's going to be a pain in the butt to clean. And I'm going to spray this with Mod Podge. When I put the tattoo on, I use the one you apply with the brush, but I don't know how well this is going to stay. I mean, it's staying on fairly well. I don't know if I want to chance it. It's still there. Oh, it's still bendy. I was hoping this was going to be a little harder. Probably because it's so thin. No, I'm just going to spray this. So, this is a matte spray. And so it is going to dry matte, so you're probably going to lose some of that iridescence. That it actually came out really good. But it should show back up again when you put the clear on. Make sure you shake this really well. And then spray it from a distance and get a nice even coat. And let it dry. Get water. I'm going to quickly clean off all this before that dries. Oh Lord, my... No, that made me come off really good. Okay, good. Alright. So that's going to dry pretty quickly. I am going to pause the video and grab some water for the tattoo. I shall be back. Alright, so I got my water and my rag. So you want to take, obviously, you know, do the same thing. Take off all the clear plastic, this stuff. So the stuff down here, if you get these types of tattoos, will come off. They won't stay on your project, but this will. So you want to place this as center as possible. And it's slightly tacky, so you can press down and kind of adhere it to your project. Then grab your wet paper towel, rag, cloth, and just lie it on over. And let that sit for a couple of minutes. I'm just going to pour a little more water in there. Not too much. Just gonna make sure this is nice and flat because I can feel some bubbles in here already. I don't want to ruin the tattoo. So I only have one of these at the moment. Try and soak up some of this water. Right, let's move this slowly. Oh, that looks so cool. Oh my gosh. I can't believe how well that came out. Alright, I'm going to be gentle. I'm just going to... Uh-oh. That came off. The numbers aren't. Okay. See if I can remove those numbers. Oh, I guess not. Right, smooth this, shift it a little bit. Smooth it down as best you can. Don't be too rough with it. You don't want to rub it off. And any bubbles or anything you see, push them down. You will not see them once you put the Mod Podge on. That I do know. But that looks freaking so good. I can't believe how well that came out. And that's like, this is matte too, so it's going to get wicked glossy once we put the top coat on. So I am going to get the top coat ready, and I'm going to move this to a more level surface because this came like right up to the corner over here. When I do more of these off of camera, I will be doing these on a more level surface other than my table over here. So I will pause the video for now and move everything. I probably should have just set it up over there to begin with, but I don't have as much room over there. So, yeah, I'll see you guys. Actually, no, I gotta still Mod Podge this. Hold on, let me get the other Mod Podge. Alright, so this pretty much looks dry. And where's that brush? And now we are going to be using the Mod Podge that I used last time. Took the lid off already, so I gotta be careful. What did I do with my brush? Alright, I got my silicone brush. And we are just going to gently apply some Mod Podge over this. I would use the spray, but the spray actually costs way more than this tub of Mod Podge does. And like I said earlier, I try to save money where I can to help you save money when you buy some of my stuff. So wherever I can save, I will. So I applied that quickly, and then I'm just going to go over it with a soft bristle brush because this did not ruin my brush last time, but I don't want to dump it in. I like the silicone brush, and then just smooth it out wherever I need to, and then quickly wash it before it dries. So like I said, I do not want to ruin my lovely brush. Alright. I'm going to let this sit. And now I'm going to move it to where it needs to be to do the top coat. So I'm going to pause this and I will see you guys when that is ready. Alright, I have everything set up and I have 2 ounces of clear resin mixed up to go. And I am going to try and pour this from up high, nice and slow to reduce any bubbles as usual. And I'm hoping I didn't ruin this by putting this on an unlevel plane to start with, because this came out so nice and I'm going to be so sad to see this get ruined. And I'm going to move this all over the place because it's a little easier to spread this out. This white, in comparison to what I made with the past one, and I'll do a comparison at the end with the first one I did that you guys saw me do and this one. Alright, and we're going to spread this out, get it all the way to the edges as best we can. This should level itself out, but I am not going to take any chance. Of course, change your vantage point or viewpoint Now, I don't know how well this is going to level itself out to this corner. But we're going to find out. Make sure you get all the edges and there's nothing, no bubbles or any like gaps or anything. And I'm just going to pour the rest of this. Like this over here. I don't want that. This right here. I'm going to have to check on this every few minutes to make sure there's no gaps. Oops. Whole section right here that didn't get covered. Clear is harder to tell. Definitely go more at eye level when you're checking to make sure you didn't miss anything. I think that is good. I don't see any spots that don't look like they didn't get covered. Alright, so I am going to let this sit overnight. And I'll show you what it looks like in the morning. See you then. Alright, this has cured and it actually is fairly level for the most part. I do believe it needed at least 1 more ounce. So I don't know if that 6 ounce was actually more accurate. I don't know what that is. But I am definitely gonna have to try. So this is like the 3rd one I've done so far. The 2nd one came out even worse than the 1st one, which is very, very sad and depressing. But so far this one came out fairly well with level. Like, these come out amazing, but for some reason I think I'm figuring out why these are not leveling out right. So this actually is the most level out of all of them. And I'm thinking next time I will do 2 ounces of the, what was it? Polyurethane. It doesn't feel very thick or sturdy like the resin, so I don't know if it needs more time to cure. But I definitely want to show you how it looks, how it came out. I'm going to pop this off the mold and play with this a little bit. Oh, what's that hair? Definitely make sure your molds are clean, because I have hair everywhere. I don't even know how those got in there, because I'm pretty sure I wiped out the mold before I started. Lovely. But yeah, this still feels very thin. I'm probably going to go over it with another clear coat and give this a nice top coat and make sure I put it where I had it while I was curing the 2nd time, because that seemed to work out really well. But I'm gonna have to clean some of these holes out. That shouldn't be too bad. Like I said, they're still somewhat bendy and soft. So we'll see how this looks in a couple of days and see if it hardens a little bit more. But I do want to make a back, like the back part of the book. I will do that purely in the polyurethane, and I will see how dense that is in comparison to the first one I did. And I want to compare the whiteness to the last one, because I like how pretty this looks. But I'm going to go grab that real quick. I'll be right back. Alright, so this is the first one. So in comparison, I got them fairly close in whiteness. This was a lot of pain in the butt mixing though. The back, same, but when you open it, there's a huge difference. So trying to get these to match is way more difficult than just, you know, two-part. It's perfectly white. So if I do want to have more of a nice kind of transparent, not quite as opaque white, I will do it with the pigment paste. And then if I want a nice solid white, like this would probably look really good with that solid white. So the next, because they finally came in, so I did get more of these. I will make some more of these, and then I need to order some more of these. I have different ones. I do want to try those too as well, different skull ones, and obviously I showed you a bunch of the other ones that I have. But so that's that. This came really good. I will be back with the back, and in a few days I will see how much harder this gets, and I may top coat it too by then, and see, maybe that might help. And then I will have the backing for the book in the polyurethane, and I'll show you how that looks as well. Alright, I'll see you then. Alright everyone, it's been quite a few days. Unfortunately, I left this on something that was not solid and flat, and it warped on me. It also separated a little bit, but this is really hard. In fact, I can't even get it to bend back. So I did, however, do another one. I did it with the tree. This one I did with a 4-hour cure, fast cure top coat to kind of speed this up. But again, this one's nice, and I made sure this stayed on a completely solid surface until, like, nice flat solid surface until it was done. And this is nice and sturdy. It's not flimsy, doesn't bend. I gotta finish cleaning it. But I also wanted to point out one other thing. I was using the Mod Podge in the bucket, and two of the ones that I did, which is probably why you guys haven't seen these on my Etsy shop, because let's just say I've had some failures. I don't know if I put too much Mod Podge on, but I am gonna just stick with the spray, because this one was a spray. It came out good, nice even coat. I made sure it was thin. Obviously I sprayed it once for the iridescent shine or sheen, however you want to say that, and then I did it another time after I put the tattoo on. So far this has been sitting in my office for a few days. It hasn't separated. It looks absolutely beautiful in this photo, in the video. Not saying it doesn't, not outside the video, but usually you have a hard time seeing how pretty something is on a camera. So I'm so excited. This looks so nice. Not the one I wanted to show you guys, but you can also see another issue that I found out that I didn't even realize until after these start separating, is the Mod Podge. If you didn't bring it all the way to the end, you can see it. Like this has some texture on it, so I didn't realize it at first, but when I noticed these separating, I noticed you could see the Mod Podge and where I put it and where I stopped. So I looked at this one closer, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you can see it on this one too. And I was so mad because, like I said, I absolutely loved how this one came out. This one was so freaking pretty, and I only had one of these. And I'm definitely going to get more, because it's October, and I wanted these for Halloween, specifically for Halloween. But I do have some other skull ones I am going to do for Halloween, along with some more Halloween themed ones. But this one's good. I've got backings for it. So I'm going to put this, get some paper cut up to fit this, and hole punch it, back it. And hopefully you guys will see this on the Etsy shop very soon. All right, well, that's it for today. I'll see you guys next time. Of course, any comments, leave below, like the channel, subscribe. All the links that I will try that I've done with a lot of this, I'll put down below for you as much as I can. I don't know about the tattoos. I have to see if I can find where I got these. But everything else should be linked down below. I will see you guys next time. Blessed be. Bye.